at all this beautiful
Okay,
food.
talk to me about this over here. This is your cornmeal. So your rice is in the fridge?
So these are products from Anson Mills, who they're in South Carolina, and they are growing things the way they were grown in the South, 150 years ago. They're bringing back, this Carolina rice is a rice that was almost gone. And their stuff is organic. So if you've got organic anything, flour, cornmeal, buckwheat, it behooves you to put it in the refrigerator because the germ is still in there. It's a living thing and it will go bad.
Interesting. Yeah, I've read a lot about Anson Mills. It's like a very cool thing that they're doing there, just like bringing back almost endangered, let's call them, rices and stuff.
Yeah, and so underneath that, there's some good Italian flour for making pizza. There's buckwheat for making blini. So I have this whole drawer of living flours.
I love it.
And rice.
Are you making bread in quarantine? Are you becoming a big bread?
I did in the beginning. And now, one of the things you want to do is support local bakeries and so forth. So I've stopped.
Yeah.
I got 100 pounds of flour in the early days of the quarantine. When I went to the supermarket and there was no flour, I freaked out completely.
Yeah.
And a friend who has a Chinese noodle factory sent me 100 pounds of flour. I pretty much distributed locally to other people who couldn't get flour.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I was baking frantically in the beginning, and then I thought, no, this is silly. I should just go buy my bread.
Yeah, it's amazing how in the beginning of quarantine, we were all like, it was like rationing like starches. It was like we were at war.
Exactly. We are at war.
Yeah, honestly. Okay, so tell me about this drawer over here. This is, I don't know what any of these are except for the Grey Poupon, and I'm assuming tomato paste.
That is tomato paste, yes. So on the extreme left is Worcestershire sauce from Lady Jane's Alchemy. It's locally made,
wow.
Real Worcestershire sauce. It is the best Worcestershire sauce I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
And so it sells out almost immediately, but as soon as I can buy it, I do. Hozon is something that David Chang's company is making, and it's they're experimenting with misos made from things that other than soy.
Right.
So I think this one is rye. And again, I've had these for years and years and years. And the other thing is the bongee, which is their version of soy sauce. But again, this is also made with rye. And
interesting.
When they started making these things, I don't know, 5 years ago, I asked if I could buy some to play around with. And I particularly love this bongee. It's really delicious. It's like a fuller soy sauce. And I don't think you can see it. I'm not sure I took a good enough picture, but I have about 6 different kinds of soy sauces too.
Oh, cool.
Chinese soy sauce, Korean soy sauce, Japanese soy sauce, American soy sauce, aged soys. Soy sauce is very dramatically in flavor.
Well, tell me, because I feel like most people listening have probably just had the Kikkoman. How different is an aged soy sauce, let's say, to what you're getting in the little packets?
It's like apples and oranges. It bears no resemblance at all. I'm especially taken with good artisanal Japanese and also Chinese soy sauces. Francis Lam a few years ago brought me some soy sauce back from China, which was so extraordinary, but, made in small batches by a family that's been making it for 6 generations.
Wow.
And what you get is, so like in the stuff in the packets, basically what you're getting is liquid salt.
Right.
With really good aged, beautifully, beautifully made soy sauce. You're getting layers of flavor. I mean, real depth. I mean, something that sometimes you just want to drink it because it's so delicious.
Wow. Yeah, I think when I went to Tokyo, I had my share. I feel like that was the most surprising thing to me, as well as real wasabi, which is like
real wasabi, amazing. And they're growing it now in the United States. They're growing it in Oregon. Pretty good wasabi.
Get out of here! Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Do you use the shark skin or do you use the?
I have a shark skin. I do. I brought one back from Japan, and it's also such a beautiful object.
I know I have a nice little cute one, but
yes,
they're awesome. I think I want to make like keychains out of them. They're so cute. Okay, this section here. So tell me this. So we've got poppy seeds, bean pastes, and what is this on the right here?
That is black bean paste with garlic and chili, and that's a great Chinese product. The Lanchi products are fantastic. If you want to make a quick Chinese, I mean, to make a really quick Chinese almost anything, if you have, black bean paste or real black beans, which I also have, and if you have a little bit of, the Chinese rice wine, you get the flavor instantly. I mean, you put a little ground pork, some onions, a little bit of black bean paste with chilies and garlic, and a little bit of rice wine, and the flavor, the aroma comes up into your face, and it's like, oh, this is Chinese food.
Right. Yeah, I've never. I think Chinese rice wine is called Zhaoxing or something, right?
Shaoxing.
I've never had any at home. I think I've just had the Japanese rice wine. How does it compare?
Okay, this is another thing. It's hard to buy. You have to go to a Chinatown, basically, or if you have a really good Chinese supermarket near you, to buy really good Shaoxing, because the stuff that you can buy online is all salted. It's cooking wine, and it's salted, and it's not good. But I try and get really good Shaoxing wine for cooking. I mean, you basically end up using like a tablespoon. So, you get a bottle that lasts you for a long time. But again, it's one of those things, buy the best you can. And one of the things I love so much about buying in Chinese stores is if it's more expensive, it's better.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's just a rule of thumb. So when you go into a liquor store and you ask for Shaoxing, you just say, just give me the best you have. Give me the most expensive.
That's great. I mean, I imagine, is it super expensive, the most expensive?
No, it's not super expensive. I mean, maybe it's $25 a bottle.
Oh, okay. And this more Chinese ingredients here. You've got a lot of Szechuan chili oil, which is like my favorite stuff.
Yeah, chili crisp is great. That red brick at the top is pressed caviar, which is good to grate over just about anything, pasta, anything. I mean,
so it's like a botarga type sitch?
It's like, yes, except it's really good caviar. It's not the poor man's. This is the rich man's botarga.
Right. I love it. And then you've got your butter drawer here with like 5 different kinds of butter, which is awesome.
Yes, I am a butter freak. I love butter.
Same.
And so, the minute this pandemic hit, I went out and bought a lot of butter. Like, oh my God, what if they run out of butter?
What is it that separates, there's something about the butter when you go to like Per Se and then like the best butters that we can get in a store. Why is it such a dramatic difference? What's going on there?
Okay, so if you go, one of the things about going to Stone Barns, to Blue Hill at Stone Barns, is that when they were open as a real restaurant, Dan would give you bread with 2 different kinds of butter. And they both came from the same place, but they came from different cows, and they called them single udder butters. And you could literally taste the difference. One cow would only eat like lovely fresh green grass and like the really tender grasses. Another cow liked all the bitter grasses. And you can taste it in the milk. You can literally, I mean, these are 2 butters from the same farm, made exactly the same way. And you instantly get what terroir is in butter. I mean, it matters what the animals were fed. I mean, milk tastes different coming from different places.
Yeah.
I'm also I love cultured sweet butter. It's just a flavor that thrills me.
Yeah.
Talking about chicken a la king, mango and garbanzo tabbouleh, grilled potatoes and vegetables with roasted garlic and basil, zucchini ziti, granola fruit bar. Look at all this beautiful food.